People will often say, oh, I've been to Vanuatu, I went on a cruise ship. And they walk down the same main street that we walk down there, and their response is, what a beautiful country, I just love the people, it's so stunning. And those things are true.
Yes, it is.
It is true, but 2 streets back, you're seeing kids that are eating a pawpaw for a full day, or you don't get to see the same struggle when you get to come and in a different capacity.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Mitchell, and this is Karina, this is my wife.
So we moved during 2021. We came with our now oldest 4 children.
Yeah, we fell in love with the place, and before that we came a year before that as well, just to spend some time just in Vanuatu to see if mission was going to be something for us and our family.
And it was not for me.
Yeah.
And it was for Mitch.
Yeah. You don't have to go looking far to find something in needs. The Lord called us, and we felt like we needed to come back.
You can't unsee. Once you're here, you can't unsee what you've seen. And I think it's really hard to then not see that God's at work in a bigger picture.
Your just eyes are open to another world and another culture and another way of things happening. But these are our local neighbours. There's so much poverty, there's less development. You drive around and roads are potholed, everything is just run down, and you see these people and they're living very simply. Just you can't help but see that and feel some empathy for that, and just like, how could I not want to help another brother out? We came here in 2021 and we immediately had a connection and a relationship with V2 Life, which has established a school called German Christian Academy.
My name is Cindy. I am from Vanuatu. I am one of the directors of this ministry.
We came here to establish a University of the Nations training center, which is the training arm of YWAM. And as we were doing that, the parents from this area surrounding us, they came and asked us, when's the school starting?
And we're like, what school? And they said, the primary school. And we're like, no, we're not doing a primary school. We're running training for young people. But they came back a few times with the same question.
And we're like, oh, but okay, we'll pray about it. And God said, no, that's what my missionaries do. They take care of the children. Nationwide, there's not enough spaces for children to go to school. A lot of them are the first generation of their family to be able to go to school. So to have some academics, a solid foundation is really important for them.
My name is Priska. This is my 3rd year teaching here. Most of the kids come out from backgrounds of families or parents or that are illiterate, so it's really hard for them to really get support and help in their literacy. And so it has been a challenge a lot teaching the kids, but we always try to be positive and try. The team here, we help each other a lot. The kids love being in school, and when the kids love being in school, it just makes us happy because we know that they have something balanced in their life, they have security somewhere.
Another thing that we're trying to run is making the school a very safe environment. Most of our students tell us that every day, like, oh, why do you like school? And they would say, oh, it's very safe.
A lot of the kids, they arrive here 6:30 for school in the morning, and to them it's just the sooner they can get out of their home, the better.
Sometimes it's hard and it's sad because sometimes they come in the morning, you can tell that they had a hard night or hard morning. At home, they're either being looked after by a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or a cousin that's there taking care of them. And sometimes they're not really looking after them. Sometimes they're not fed, sometimes they're not loved. Sometimes they get maybe verbally abused or sometimes physically abused because there's no one there to protect them. And so when they come to school, they They know that we will love on them. They know that we will take care of them and make sure that at the end of the day, they go home without a scratch on their body. They're happy when they're here in school, and then they go home, they know that they carry that happiness back home with them.
A lot of these kids wouldn't go to school if it wasn't for our school, really, because there's no other opportunities. So they would be at any level, year 3, year 6 school dropouts, or never go to school at all.
But you can tell the difference from the ones that come to school and the ones that don't come to school. It's special for our school because they carry Christ in them, and you can tell by the way they talk and do things. So I think that's a really good thing for our community.
For us, there's an ongoing heart connection and relationship with those people. There's just opportunities there's building works because they're building a bigger school. They're increasing their numbers each year with students. So when we were there, it was 100 students, and now 200, and they're continuing to expand. But yeah, there's just opportunities to get involved with that community that we're serving.
It just excites me to see that every year and every day there's something new, we're growing. And when things are growing, that means you're doing the right thing, you're giving in the right stuff, so that's why it's growing. So yeah, it's been amazing just to see the dream coming to life, so yeah.
The new C3 Vanuatu church are doing incredible work with the local people in building a church, and they have great ideas that we can put our hand to. Yeah. Things as little as wound care clinics to building new auditoriums, toilet blocks.
Yeah, and just ministry. There's just so much ministry opportunity. So they've been growing a local church immersed into the local community. Is just so good to see.
My name's Carolyn, and my family over here is Ben and Erin and Alana. We're a family of 4, and home is now Vanuatu, and will be indefinitely. We're over here to plant a church and advance the kingdom of God, so we're really excited to be here and really excited to see God moving in the space. A lot of people will have heard of Vanuatu being referred to as the happiest place in the world, and that's because of the people. They just have a level of contentment with life and a level of peace that I think sometimes in the Western world we've forgotten about that. But at the same time, there's some real, what I would call infrastructure challenges. You know, life can be really difficult for some of the families in the area. Food stability is a big one, of people actually having enough food on the table. Some people don't have access to electricity and running water. We live in an area where probably about a 4-kilometre radius, there really are no facilities. So there's no market, there's no school, there's no daycare, there's no medical centre. People don't have cars and they walk, and so it's a significant walk to all of these facilities. We want to be a church that first and foremost connects people to God, but at the same time we want to be a really integral part of our community. We want to have this surrounding infrastructure that I guess is a practical testimony, to the provision of God. It's something you have to probably experience to understand. We met together for the first time as a church this Easter a couple of months ago. We started at 8 a.m. and we were still going at 9 p.m. that night. So yeah, it's really beautiful. There's a real move of God happening here. God's just showing up. We're seeing healings of eyes, we're seeing healings of legs, of people who had surgery where there hasn't been correct healing of that. It's so powerful to see. Sentiment over here is not great, but that's why I love God, because He allows us to see the things that are not. And in the spirit, there is a great future ahead for this country. In Vanuatu, people see people come, but they often only stay for 6 months or a year. And really what we want to build is long-term relationships. Matthew 13 talks about the mustard seed is the smallest of all seeds, yet it grows into the biggest tree. And I believe that the type of seed that we've planted here in this church is a mustard seed, where it's very, very small. You look around, we are very, very small, but I believe it's going to grow. This is going to grow to be a big church, connecting people to God and having strong relationship with God. And through that, we're going to influence this city and this nation. We're going to see children and families growing up to know God. We're going to see a country that has strength, beauty, and richness. And, you know, there's great days ahead for this country.
We never want to do anything in any country that's not directed by the people it impacts.
Yeah.
But the people who live here coming to us and telling us what they need and us being able to meet them there with that is really important to us. It's going to take a team. It's going to take willing people to come. Whatever the skill is, there's a place in Vanuatu for that.
Meeting an actual felt need by the community is really fulfilling.
The power of the C3 family is so amazing. Whenever anyone comes and visits or when you're praying for us, it means so much, so thank you.
You've got to come. It's just, it'll change you. And the Lord came to serve others. So if we truly believe that, why would we not come and do the same thing?
Postcard doesn't tell you the whole story. You got to come.